In this first unit, we are looking at high and low risk foods. High risk foods. Ready-to-eat food items that require no further cooking are considered high risk food. If the food is contaminated with bacteria, it can multiply and would not be killed through the cooking process before the food is eaten. Foods that are eaten raw, for example oysters, sushi, etc., should be treated as high risk. Particular care should be taken when dealing with high risk food. Correct storage to avoid cross-contamination is high priority. Strict time and temperature controls should be adhered to avoid the risk of food poisoning. High-risk food items should never be stored next to raw food. Cooked rice, pasta and cereals, although not high in protein, are classed as high-risk food as they can provide a moist environment where certain bacteria can multiply to dangerous levels at room temperature. Some examples of high-risk food: cold cooked rice and pasta, cooked meat and poultry, for example cold chicken and ham, and products containing cooked meat, for example meat pies and pâté, dairy produce, for example milk, custard and cream cakes, egg products, for example fresh mayonnaise and quiches, food eaten raw, for example sushi, and shellfish, for example cooked prawns. Low-risk foods. Low-risk food items do not encourage the growth of harmful bacteria and are unlikely to cause food poisoning. They are more than likely to have a best before date rather than a use by date and do not need to be stored in the refrigerator. Some examples of low-risk food. Low-risk foods often have a high sugar or salt content, for example chocolate and crisps, or foods that are highly acidic, for example pickled gherkins and vinegar. Food items that are dried or contain a small amount of moisture are considered low risk, for example breakfast cereals and flour,